These are 30 minutes of snooker players getting angry. First off, we see Luca Brissell in a tight spot. Snookered by Sai, his escape attempt fails, leading him to fling his cue and send the cue ball flying across the table.
Needs to pull up. Oh, it might be a snooker. He might have a snooker behind the angle. You don't see that very often. The angle of the pocket has snookered him. He's going to have to swerve this. If he gets too much, he could go in off the green. It was impossible, that.
Foul.
In fact,
Mark King finds himself in a dispute. Disagreeing with the referee's call of a push shot, he firmly insists it was a fair play.
Foul. Definitely push shot.
No way in a million years.
Push shot.
No way.
Overground foul.
That is ridiculous. That wasn't even touching. The white's gone away from it, and I've bananaed the white.
You could not have done it.
That's
Push shot, man.
On my kids' life, that is never a push shot in 1,000 years.
Moving on, Ronnie O'Sullivan bumped his head on the table's edge and theatrically waved his cue like a sword after missing an easy black.
Ooh, just flipped the jaw, goodness. Just caught the first choice, absolutely fuming.
Yeah, but meanwhile, this was the miss on the black from O'Sullivan. And you can see how annoyed he was there.
In a fit of frustration against Gilbert, Mafflin defiantly directed an offensive gesture towards the cue ball.
Ball can come all the way back down for the black. Here we go. Oh,
105.
Oh, that's a shame for Kurt. He may as well have a go at the maximum, try and pop this black off a couple of cushions somehow.
Fair to say, wasn't happy there.
Continuing with the drama, Peter Ebdon shows his frustration on Jamie's shot. But is dropping your cue and lying on the floor really the way to go?
has he fluked a snooker back? He has. Well, Peter drops the cue. The chalk is up in the air again. Oh, he's collapsed. Well, what's that all about, Peter? Come on. Well, I've seen everything. Willie, what do you make?
Well, I can understand he's thinking he's not had a lot of luck in this match, but in fairness...
I don't mind throwing the old chalk up or dropping the cue, but I mean, people watching at home would think, what's going on here?
Switching focus, Ronnie O'Sullivan made a statement by playing the pink instead of the black, deliberately missing a maximum break as a protest against the low prize money offered for it.
You get the feeling that if he'd wanted to make the maximum, he could have done. He chose not to. Controversial in some people's eyes, but that was just absolutely magnificent. Ronnie O'Sullivan finishes with a flourish, a 1-4-6 clearance, which might well have been a 1-4-7.
In another eyebrow-raising moment, amidst a close battle with Marco Fu, Neil Robertson's overzealous celebration, followed by his exit, without the usual handshake, stirred talks on sportsmanship.
Oh, you don't normally see that from Neil Robertson. He really is in quite a mood. I've never seen that from him. That's what it means to the Australian. He's back in the lead at 11-10. I've never seen him react quite like that in Stephen Hendry's head. It's only the second round, but...
Switching scenes to the Scottish Open, O'Sullivan notably skipped the customary handshake with the referee, citing germ worries. However, he was quick to extend an apology for the unintentional misstep.
Before the match started with the ref,
I've got a thing with, I mean, I'm a bit OCD with germs, so I don't open door handles, always have tissues on door handles. You know, I'm a bit OCD like that, so yeah.
So we've just seen that before. I know we have.
Plus, you get some heavy handshaking people. They go, "All right, Ronnie, I want to crush your hand." You're like, "Mate, you know what I mean? These are my livings. You know what I mean? I've got to take care of these. If I ain't got these to use, I'm."
During his match against Peter Ebdon, Ronnie took an unconventional approach by standing on his chair, glancing from side to side to spot the ball on the table.
Might be shot that he usually pots when he's flowing, but looking at that, he's got away with it slightly. Well, Ronnie, he's up on the chair. What's going on out there? That's the first time since 1977. Maybe the referee was in the way, but...
Moving on, a tense situation unfolds as Ronnie O'Sullivan's cue gesture catches the referee's attention, leading to an immediate warning.
It's a little bit of a scrappy frame, this. Yeah, he's just been warned. The referee has warned Ronnie about a gesture he was making with the
Clearly irritated Ronnie O'Sullivan lashed out in an interview, referring to them as numpties.
Now getting on to my favourite subject, the numpties. Now since the game's opened up and anybody can basically turn the tour, we have to go through the numpty phase, which is 128 players coming in from round one. Ronnie plays some fella, never seen him, didn't even know he existed as a snooker player. Turns up with a coach load of people outside because their grandson is playing Ronnie O'Sullivan. So they all come down, camera phones, pictures. It's a great day out for them. And as I'm on the practice table hitting a few balls, just as I'm about to go, and it goes, "Ronnie, is it right if we have a photo with aunt, sister and uncle?" And I'm like, "Not really, not there, mate."
Ronnie O'Sullivan, during his game against Dave Gilbert, made a controversial gesture that landed him in hot water, leading to disciplinary actions.
Yeah. And that was a sloppy one. Now that is a very rare occurrence for O'Sullivan. He didn't really think about the black in the end. He just hit it because he was concerned with the red. So to say that he didn't put a lot in that shot.
On another occasion, O'Sullivan's temper flared outside the game. Irritated by an audience member, he urged the referee to issue a warning.
Both, Monique. Both, go away, please. Can you just go back and leave? Not inside, Monique, please. Yeah, let go, Ronnie.
Rory McLeod and Mark King, in a rare display of tension in snooker, spent the entire match locked in unfriendly gestures.
Okay, Jeff. That's fine. Right, gents, let's leave it there. Right, let's leave it there. Let's leave it right there. Stop now, stop now, stop now.
Luca Brissell challenges a foul decision, sparking a disagreement with the referee.
The push shot? Foul.
Luca doesn't think he's pushed it. Referee does. It's one of those that a lot of the referees wouldn't call.
Based on what I saw and what I heard.
Transitioning to another instance, Stuart Bingham faced multiple disruptions from a photographer moving behind his eye line. Ultimately, the photographer was escorted out of the arena.
Before, you can back away from it, but if it's on the stroke, and you sort of delivering the cue, you've got no chance.
No, I said outside, please.
I think he's taken his last photo of the match.
In another incident, Kieran Wilson was interrupted thrice by a spectator's phone ring. Visibly irked, he responded with a distinct chant, voicing his annoyance.
Switch that phone off, please.
Not a phone, surely.
Possible.
That's ridiculous. It really is. The crowd gets warned before the match starts.
Liang Wenbo's overt excitement in the final shots against Judd Trump sparks debate, genuine joy or disrespect.
He wins his first world ranking title, and Chinese snooker has a new star.
Number 11. A protester disrupts Mark Williams versus Neil Robertson match, leading to a costly foul by Robertson before the intruder is escorted out.
Going a different way.
Oh.
Bit of noise.
Please.
A lot of noise, actually. Seems to be some sort of protest or something. I don't know what's happening there. He's not happy, that guy, whatever.
Shot, yeah. Mark Williams.
And he's been ejected.
Free ball.
Maybe he doesn't agree with the miss rule, Dave, gentlemen.
What's happened here? He must have feathered the white because a free ball's been called. Yeah,
oh,
he's
wow.
feathered the
Okay.
white.
Following that, Jimmy White faced his own moment of frustration. After missing an easy shot on the black, he let his temper show, hitting a red ball illegally in a clear display of annoyance.
Very rare at this standard, though. Can you get another chance? And Jimmy really has now got to really dig deep. I don't believe. Oh dear. Well, Jimmy's entitled to be a little bit frustrated. It really is. There's nothing in the game. I've never in the history of seen Jimmy White do that. And unfortunately, the emotions have got the better of him there. Now let's just watch what happens here. There's no points in the table. He's just got
Hans' temper flared right at the end when he didn't take his defeat lightly, resorting to a cheeky poke at Hicks as they concluded the match.
Well, no need.
Five. So, Andy Hicks has had some lean seasons. Hey, whoa. This is some compensation. Hey.
I'll be waiting for you out there.
Oh, a few words.
Well, he'd be absolutely enraged.
O'Sullivan,
Absolutely enraged. You could sense it.
Ronnie O'Sullivan had 1 foot in the quarterfinals, and then the missed green, the rest flung.
Another unforgettable moment when Ronnie O'Sullivan and Mark Allen clashed during their match. O'Sullivan believed Allen was moving behind his eye line to distract him, leading to a heated confrontation.
Ronnie, can we just play on now? I think Mark will be careful now. Can we just stop that argument now, please, and play on? Guys, it's time now.
Even crazier at number 18, Elliot Slessor's temper flares as he sends the ball flying off the table following a misjudged shot. For number 17, after Judd Trump's missed red, he impulsively played an illegal shot, moving other balls and earning a foul, inadvertently gifting the frame to Carrington.
Frame conceded. Stuart Carrington, 3 and match.
Diving into number 16, we witness a rare outburst from Jimmy White. A missed easy green causes a flare of anger, leading him to toss the rest.
Jimmy White.
Shifting gears to number 15, the ever-unpredictable Ronnie shows his fiery side. After missing a seemingly simple red, his frustration peaks as he fiercely strikes the table with his cube.
Oh, he's missed it. Oh. Now, that's a couple of little things that's happened this evening, and we haven't seen this for quite some time, but he is disgusted with himself, but he could have damaged the cue the way he hit that on the table there. White don't know since we've seen Ronnie react like that.
Taking a turn at number 14, Stephen Maguire's anger gets the better of him. After missing a crucial black against Barry Hawkins, he vents out by dramatically swinging his cue upwards.
Big black this. No. I know.
Steve Maguire, what?
But that's the Crucible Theatre, as we were saying before, wasn't it? He wanted to get down and play it, but he had to wait so long.
Just didn't cue it properly, did he?
No, and he was hampered slightly by the...
Sliding into number 13, John Higgins lets the pressure show. After misplacing the brown, he impulsively grabs the blue ball and flings it across the table.
John Higgins from Kansas City.
At number 12, a flustered ding after misplacing the blue couldn't contain his frustration and repeatedly bumped his head on the table.
things, and we won.
Well, I suppose it happens to every player. They just sort of think they're over the line, lose their concentration, and that won't help. Painkillers, please. Table 1.
Yeah, there's only one win on that.
Rolling into number 11, Stuart Bingham is clearly disrupted by a cell phone ringing from the audience. Following a missed shot, he gives a pointed thumbs up to the inconsiderate spectator.
Fast snooker by any stretch. So we get another
Can you
phone
please
going
make
off.
sure your phones are on silent? Thank you. Stuart Bingham, 22.
Now Stuart's showing his frustration with the phone that rang.
Do you want to win a cue signed by this snooker legend? To enter, subscribe to our channel, like the video, and drop a comment with which part of this video was your favorite moment. This could be your chance to hold a cue that's been in the hands by a snooker master. Moving on to number 9, Gary Wilson, after missing an easy black, let out his frustration by knocking balls around in a unique way. Moving on to number 8, Mark Williams, after failing to pot an easy blue, lets his temper show by giving the snooker table a sharp slap.
Go for it, and you're going to make it count. Ooh, slap on the table. He hit the red well, but what he failed to do was hit it with a bit more pace. And he realised that straight away when the cue ball stopped.
Continuing the drama, during a match with Murphy, O'Sullivan's patience snapped. Failing to pot a straightforward red into the corner, he vented his frustration by hammering the table with his fist.
But he's so angry
Ronnie
with
O'Sullivan,
himself for missing that red. He leads by 21, but that's far from decisive.
Diving into number 7, John Higgins, in a bout of frustration against Ronnie, forcefully hit his cue on the ground when the game didn't go as planned. On to number 6. Stevens, after missing a simple red, couldn't hold back his anger and landed punches on the table.
Sings.
Matthew Stevens, 16.
Moving to number 5, Gary Wilson couldn't contain his frustration over Petrov's frequent bathroom trips. But when Petrov pulled off a stunning snooker, Wilson's anger peaked, resulting in him throwing his cue in dismay.
It's been the first frame. He's been the first frame after the interval. And he just went there again now. He doesn't get the turn.
Rising to number 4, Ronnie O'Sullivan's miss on the red leads to a burst of anger as he aggressively snaps his cue against the table.
O'Sullivan, 12.
Shifting to number 3, Stephen Maguire's missed shot leads to a moment of sheer frustration as he dramatically swings his cue in disappointment.
Steve Maguire, 28.
Climbing to number 2, after Dale's missed red, he slams his hand on the table and tosses his chalk while heading back to his seat.
Dominic Dale, 44.
Finally,
down came the fist.
Ronnie O'Sullivan punches the table after missing an ostensibly easy pink.
No, it always looked. Wow, look at that.
O'Sullivan, no.
What a reaction. Down came the fist.
You are not going to believe this next one, where Ronnie O'Sullivan received a warning from referee Olivier Martial. Not one to be easily admonished, O'Sullivan shot back with a defiant, "You saw nothing."
Ronnie.
What just did you see?
I saw it.
No, tell me. What did you see?
I'm not
tell me what you said.
I'm not going to see it.
No, you tell me what you said. You saw nothing. You saw nothing. Don't look at the camera. You saw nothing.
I'm not.
And Judd, nothing to do with Judd.
Sorry. Yeah, but I had to say something, Judd. I had to.
Could have said it after the game.
I had to.
Whatever it was Judd said to the referee, well, you could have had a word after the game.
Moving to a tension-filled encounter as Ronnie O'Sullivan potted the ping, he didn't hesitate to voice his impatience. He urged the referee to speed things up, even saying, "You're so slow," out loud.
Sixth. Ronnie, just making sure the referee can keep up.
Moving on, we have Jimmy White and referee Ben Williams engaged in a heated argument. It seems like Ben has some unsolved issues with Jimmy.
Rambo. Jimmy, I'm going to give you a warning. For sticking your finger up there. You did. I'm giving you a warning. If you do anything further, it will be the flame to your opponent.
Ronnie also thinks the referee was wrong to think there was something funny with Jimmy's shot.
Definitely, yeah.
So no surprise, Ronnie, Jimmy didn't see the funny side there.
Yeah, I can see why Jimmy's not seeing the funny side of that. You know, he's having a hard time out there. He's not playing well. He's sort of. Jimmy has walked round here, so it might look like he's looking at the blue, and the referee's jumped the gun, and there's no reason to call a colour. I mean, Jimmy White's, you know, whatever ball he's going to hit, the one he's intending to hit, and then the referee starts laughing. You know, it's sort of, and then Jimmy goes like that with his hand, and Jimmy's done nothing with his hand up, and I'm like, you know, what's going on? You know what I mean? I don't need this. And then he's warned him. You just think, come on, you know, it's just.
In another eyebrow-raising instance at the Crucible, Ronnie O'Sullivan, amid a debate over the White's positioning, audaciously invites the referee to take the shot himself.
Look.
Now inviting Trump to have a look.
A mil this way? A fraction?
Number 5, Ronnie O'Sullivan and Ali Carter. During the Ronnie O'Sullivan and Ali Carter match, a tense moment arose when their shoulders brushed against each other. This led to a verbal spat.
That's certainly not what he played. He was trying to get in behind the black there, and Ali smiles away. Oh, but they've had a laugh about it afterwards there. Oh. No,
that's fellas, just play on, yeah.
That's unusual. Right. This is a little bit. It looked like it was a bit funny there, but the referee got involved. It's far from funny.
Number 6, Michaela Tabb unexpectedly raises her voice, startling Ding during his crucial shot.
So, fail and a miss. Sean Higgins 6. Sorry.
In another intense moment, Ronnie misses what seemed like a straightforward pink, leading him to vent his frustration by giving the table a hefty punch.
No, it always looked.
Wow, look at that.
O'Sullivan, no.
What a reaction. Down came the fist to the jaw, and that was the reaction.
To the list of on-table controversies, Ronnie expressed his frustration with referee Terry for misplacing the black ball twice.
It doesn't.
Yeah, it is not.
It doesn't. It rolls off.
Terrible.
Just play the shot, please.
It's terrible. You've done it so it don't go.
No, it goes.
Yeah, it goes now. Because I've told you to put it on.
That's why I checked it.
It's terrible twice.
Just play the shot, please.
Twice. I've had to
tell you.
Well...
Switching gears, Ronnie O'Sullivan, seemingly overwhelmed during a match against Stephen Hendry, made a sudden exit, handing the victory to Hendry.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 24.
Sitting. Don't know what's going on. Sorry.
A heated moment, Ronnie O'Sullivan argues with referee Scullion about a touching ball decision, suggesting he needs new glasses.
Push shot is where the tip, the object ball and the cue ball are all together at the same time.
He doesn't want to leave this touching. I think it is a touching ball, and Ronnie is just coming out to question it. I know the referee's wearing glasses, but he says it's not. Well, how often would you see that? That's because...
In another moment of clear frustration, after missing a shot on the red with the rest, Ronnie let the cue slip from his grasp. Quickly retrieving it, he then gave it a firm thump against the table's carpet.
Would you believe it? Oh, he's not happy with that. He didn't push the cue through in a straight line. He just come across that. We've seen young Judd Trump do that when it was much easier than this, but missed to the same side of the pot, and he drops the cue in disgust.
Another occasion, O'Sullivan's temper flared outside the game. Irritated by an audience member, he urged the referee to issue a warning.
Both, Monique. Both, go away, please. Can you just go back and leave? Not inside, Monique, please. Yeah, they're gone, Ronnie.
Thepchaiya Unnu was very close to a maximum break. However, a slip on the last black cost him a £44,000 prize.
And £44,000. Oh, no! Would you believe it? Well...
Wrapping it all up, McLeod and David Gilbert found themselves at odds over a potential free ball. Rory stood firm in his belief that it was a free ball, while Gilbert staunchly opposed the notion.
Is that a free ball? No. How'd you work that out? I can't hit the right hand, this side of that without hitting the black.
He's going to hit the hand.
Well, not without hitting the black.
I'll hit the green first. Hit the green first.
I hit the green, no I won't, I'll hit the black first. Look. By the time I get full ball here, you can't put that to the side.
I don't think it is. You're going to have to get another ref if you want to check this one.
No, I don't think it's not a free ball.
Can you call someone else
No.
just to check it, just to make sure?
No.
But that's a free ball. Because I can't hit this side of that red before I hit the black.
If you come from over here.
No. From where it is,
You come from over here.
I cannot hit that side.
You're right.
I cannot hit that side of the red green before I hit the black. Is that right, David, or not?
I don't think that's free ball.
You have a look from here,
The guy to the ref here.